Hey everyone, if you're tuning into this, you are probably getting ready for your very first day using the MegaNet EHR cloud system at your hospital, and I am absolutely thrilled to be your guide today. Think of this explainer as your helpful colleague here to walk you step by step through your actual daily workflow. So whether you're at the front desk, consulting with patients, dispensing meds in the pharmacy, or managing hospital operations behind the scenes, this is built specifically for you. The whole goal of this system is to make your day run a lot smoother. So let's just dive right in and see exactly how it all works.
All right, here is our roadmap for this session. We are going to cover logging in and understanding the layout, the front desk and nurses' bay, the doctor's consultation, ancillary departments like lab, pharmacy, and billing, a quick look at other key modules, and finally, admin tools and some practical tips for success.
Okay, Section 1, logging in and understanding the layout. Let's get you set up and comfortable with the main dashboard.
Getting into the system is literally as easy as checking your email. MegaNet's EHR Cloud works on any phone or computer that has an internet connection, so there's zero installation needed. You just open the app link in your web browser and click Login up at the top right. Now, there is a super crucial step you've got to remember here, and that's Step 2, selecting your role. Every single time you log in, you must select your specific hospital role from a drop-down menu first. This tells the system exactly which part of the hospital you are working in that day. For most of you, you'll only ever have one role, so selecting it is going to become pure muscle memory pretty quickly. But hey, if you accidentally pick a role your account doesn't actually hold, don't sweat it. The system will clearly pop up an alert and let you try again. It absolutely won't let you in under the wrong identity. Once you've got the right role, just punch in your username and password, and boom, you're in.
Once you're inside, you'll notice the layout adapts to whatever device you're using. If you're on a phone, just tap that little 3-line menu icon at the top right to open up your navigation menu. But if you're on a computer, the menu stays pinned open on the left side of your screen. If you ever want more space to work, you can just click the little arrows to collapse it. Oh, and a quick tip, the app always displays the current section you're working in right at the top of the screen, so you literally can't get lost.
Moving right along to Section 2, the core patient journey through the front desk and nurses' bay. The really beautiful thing about MegaNet is how it automatically moves a patient from one department to the next. Nobody needs to make phone calls or run down a hallway to say a patient is ready. Let's look at how that starts.
Picture this. A patient walks through the front doors. As the front desk staff, you have two main paths here. If it's a returning patient who's been here before, you'll head over to your menu and click Patients, then Find Patient. You just type their name or ID and it instantly pulls up matching results. On the flip side, if this is a brand new patient arriving for the very first time, simply navigate to Front Office, then Register Patient. You'll fill in their basic demographic details, hit Save, and they are officially in the system.
Okay, so the patient is in the system, and now it's time to kick off their actual visit. You'll do this by going to Front Office, then Check-in. You look up the patient, pick the doctor if you already know who they're seeing, and choose the visit type. But here is the absolute key decision you have to make on this screen, the Route to option. You have to actively decide where this person is going next. Do they need standard nursing triage? If yes, select Route to Nurses' Bay. Or are you running a fast-moving clinic that bypasses triage entirely? In that case, select Route to Directly to Doctor. The second you click Check In, that patient automatically drops into the correct electronic queue. Seriously, say goodbye to tracking down paper clipboards.
All right, let's assume we routed that patient over to triage. Nurses, this part is for you. You'll open Nurses' Bay, then Nurses' Bay in your menu. Right there on your screen, you're going to see your live queue of waiting patients. When you're ready, click Call on a patient's name to bring them in, and then click Record Vitals. And here's a really great built-in safeguard I love. The system actually shows you the acceptable ranges for each field right on the screen, so you know exactly what parameters are expected before you even start typing. Once you've logged those vitals, just click Complete. As soon as you do, that patient instantly and automatically vanishes from your screen and is routed directly into the doctor's queue. No extra clicks, no hunting people down, it just works.
Section 3, the doctor's consultation. The patient is checked in, their vitals are taken, and they are officially ready to be seen.
For all the doctors tuning into this explainer, your daily workflow starts by navigating to Consultation, then Consultation Queue. This is your home base where you'll find every patient waiting to see you. And when you click into a specific patient's consultation, you are going to notice something fantastic. All of those vitals the nurses literally just took, they are already sitting right there on your screen, ready for review.
There's zero double entry required, and best of all, absolutely no deciphering anyone's messy handwriting.
Once you are inside that consultation screen, it basically functions as your ultimate command center. You can start typing out a condition, and a built-in ICD-10 code lookup will instantly give you matching diagnostic options. You can type up all your clinical notes right there. But the real magic here is the automation. The very second you order a lab test, that patient automatically appears in the lab's queue. If you prescribe a medication, boom, they're instantly in the pharmacy's queue. When you are totally finished with the patient, you just click complete and you're ready for the next one.
Section 4. Lab, Pharmacy, and Billing. The doctor has handed down their orders, so let's follow the patient and see how these ancillary departments handle their new automated work lists.
For our lab teams, you are going to head straight over to Lab, then Lab Work List. There is no guessing who needs what tests. Any pending orders from the doctors automatically populate right here. You simply click into the order, collect your specimen, and type in the results once the testing is all done. And the absolute best part, those results instantly bounce right back to the doctor's screen. Radiology staff, your workflow is identical. Just navigate to Radiology, then Radiology Work List instead.
For our pharmacists, you'll open Pharmacy, then Pharmacy Work List to view all the prescriptions waiting to be filled. You just click into a patient's prescription and hit Dispense. Now, I want you to notice how brilliantly interconnected this whole system is. When you dispense a medication, MegaNet automatically deducts that exact drug amount from the hospital's overall inventory count. Plus, there's a fully searchable drug list module that shows you every single drug in your formulary, complete with real-time stock levels and pricing.
Finally, the patient's visit wraps up at billing. Our billing clerks will open Billing, then Billing Queue to find anyone who is ready for invoicing. And you are going to love this. You no longer have to memorize some giant, complex pricing binder. The system automatically applies the correct, negotiated price for the services rendered. It already knows if the patient is a self-pay individual or if they're covered by a specific HMO that has its own unique negotiated rates. You literally just generate the invoice, record the payment, and the patient's visit is completely finished. All right, Section 5, Searching and Other Key Modules. What we just walked through covers your standard walk-in visit, but MegaNet EHR Cloud also has some incredibly helpful universal tools and specialized modules we need to touch on.
No matter what department you work in, navigating to Patients, then Find Patient gives you access to a universal search tool. If you look up a patient by their name or ID, the system tells you exactly where they are in the building at that exact moment. For example, it might say, Currently, Doctor Consultation, or Currently, Billing. It also pulls up clinical details like vitals and lab results, but there's a catch. This is heavily dependent on your specific role. The system strictly protects sensitive medical data. That means front desk staff will only ever see basic registration info, while clinical staff are the ones who can view the full medical picture.
We've also got a few specialized tools to keep the entire hospital connected. The ward board gives you a fantastic bird's eye view of all hospital admissions and the running cost of their stay. For inpatient care, the nursing sheets maintain pristine, non-editable records, though, of course, you can always add a clearly marked correction later if a mistake happens. There's even a built-in staff messaging tool that lets you instantly ping a specific colleague or blast a message to an entire department, like pharmacy, without ever having to pick up a phone.
Section 6. Tools for Hospital Administrators. Let's shift gears for just a second to speak directly to the hospital leadership and organizational admins who are managing the back-end operations. Admins, your tools are designed to be simple, self-service lists. As you can see laid out in this table, you've got dedicated menus for things like the tariff table, payers, and inventory. Updating these requires just a quick edit and a single click of a Save button. You'll use that tariff table to update your standard self-pay pricing or dial in specific negotiated rates for different HMOs. And if the front desk staff ever happen to make a typo during a patient's registration, you can just jump right into the patient registry tool to correct those demographic mistakes. It essentially gives you total control over the hospital's operational data.
Finally, Section 7, Practical Tips for Success. To wrap up this orientation, I want to leave you with a few very practical tips to keep in your back pocket during your first week on the platform.
First things first, if you haven't done it yet, click that little question mark icon that says Quick Start Guide right at the top of your menu. It is a fantastic, straightforward 2-minute read that reinforces a lot of what we've covered today. Second,
please don't be afraid of making mistakes. If you make a typo on a form, the system isn't just going to reject it blindly. Clear error messages will pop up and tell you exactly what needs fixing. Third, you're going to notice that search boxes everywhere in the app update instantly as you type, which is super fast. And lastly, because this is a cloud-based application, if the system has been sitting completely unused for a few hours, the very first time you click to load it might take a couple of extra seconds. Just give it a moment. That is perfectly normal.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. MegaNet EHR Cloud is genuinely built to carry the heavy administrative weight so you all can focus on carrying the care. The software seamlessly connects the departments. Your job is simply to focus on your specific medical or operational expertise. So ask yourself, with all of this busy work fully automated, how much more time are you going to have to actually connect with your patients today? Go ahead, log in, explore your section, and welcome to the future of our hospital.